Billionaires, the worst people on the planet. Monsters who are gobbling up the Earth's resources so that they can log a high score on the global money leaderboards. Or are they? We on the left often say there's no such thing as a good billionaire, but have any of us gone out and checked? Is it possible that the good these ghouls do outweighs the incalculable exploitation that they use to be able to do it? No, it isn't, and we'll explore why here on Good Billionaires. Because to be good at being a billionaire, you have to be bad at being a human being. Or another kind of animal, or a robot, or a mummy dog, or a clown ram. Tom Nook. Tom friggin' Nook! Where do I begin with this guy? Look, I haven't played much of the Animal Crossing games. I've spent a lot of time playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it's my first time properly playing any game in this series. I don't know this Wascally Waccoon's history. I can only judge him based on his behavior in New Horizons and what little I can glean from reading wiki articles. And he is complicated. Every time I thought I had an angle on him, something else completely negates it. Case in point, are Tom Nook's loans predatory? They kind of seem so at first, right? He sells you a house, and you have to buy a house to live in town, and he's the only guy you can buy one from. It sure seems like he bamboozles you. You show up in town, and he tells you he's got a house for you, and it's only after you buy it that you find out how much it costs. The house is small and squalid, devoid of furniture and flooring, and you have to buy that stuff extra, and guess who sells it? So okay, he's a slumlord, right? He forces at-risk youth into his beaten-down houses and makes you sign away all of your money, right? But no, not really. Tom Nook gives you a loan for your house that is completely interest-free. He doesn't even really bother you to pay it that much. You could, in theory, go the whole game without ever paying him back and nothing bad would ever happen to you, effectively making the house he gives you free, provided that you never need to upgrade it. That's a way better deal than you're ever going to get in real life. So okay, how do I do a smear job on this fool and make him look like a monster? Well, he lives in a private island that he owns and operates. All commerce, all residents, all public works decisions go through Tom Nook. He owns the only legal store. He owns the bank. He even issues his own currency, Nook Miles, gating certain important game features behind them. You can't get inventory upgrades, a tool ring, or advanced tools without earning Nook Miles. And how do you earn Nook Miles? You do menial tasks on the island, pick weeds, chop trees, water flowers, find specimens for the museum, basically everything that a lazy one-percenter like Tom Nook wouldn't want to do himself. Early in the game, he even has you building furniture for new residents, to attract them to move to his private island, where he'll charge them for a home loan. You front the cost of materials, and he rewards you with small gifts nowhere near worth the time and effort involved. Does this arrangement sound familiar to you? You move into a town wholly owned and operated by one company. You're given a place to stay, but immediately put into debt. The debt is payable through the private currency of the town, which the company has the sole ability to dispense and collect. All goods are bought through the company store, with prices set at whatever the company decides. It's essentially a company town, and Nook Miles are essentially scrip. You're being put into forever debt in order to limit your prospects. You can't escape because all your money is worthless, and each day you get a little bit more indebted to the company. You pick 15 tons of fruit. What do you get? Another day older, deeper in debt. Except no, not really. For one, you can exchange Nook Miles for real money. Well, no, not real money, but like less fake money, the real money in the game. Mind you, you're still doing it at an exchange rate decided on by Tom Nook's bank. But it's a fixed rate that seems fair enough to me. Also, you don't work for Tom Nook. He's not your boss. You pretty much don't have a job in the game. You go around doing your daily activities and trying to gather bells, the game's real fake currency. You can sell any item, literally anything, at Tom Nook's shop, run by his two nephews, Timmy and Tommy, for bells. So your whole day is spent doing chores, and the proceeds of those chores give you money from Tom Nook, but you're not his employee. It's just that if you want any sort of standard of living at all, it has to benefit him. You're free to laze about, fishing and, releasing your fish because you can't sell them, furnishing your house with whatever floats across the sky on a balloon. But if you want money, he's the only game in town. There are plenty of other people you can buy stuff from. There's nobody else you can sell to, except fish and bugs, which you can sell to a beaver and a chameleon, respectively. Now, sure, once a day you can make some chump change smacking a magic rock or digging money out of a magic hole that lets you create a magic tree that grows money. Obviously, you can do that. That gets you about 16,000 bells from the rock, and if you're managing the trees correctly, 21,000 bells from that. A total of about 37,000 bells a day. On my island, an orange, the most common fruit, can be purchased for about 400 bells. In real life, the price of a navel orange is about 30 cents. Extrapolating from this data, the conversion rate seems to be roughly 1,200 bells to $1, meaning 37,000 bells, the only bells you can receive without going directly through the Nook shop, is about $30. That's the most you can get in a day without Tom Nook's approval. Don't worry though, because according to this very realistic scientific measurement, you can purchase the actual real Mona Lisa for about $4.15. Tom Nook doesn't need money, and despite all of the time he spends collecting money and buying shit from the player, money is completely meaningless to him. That's why he hides random, sometimes highly expensive furniture in the trees each night. It's Tom doing that, by the way. It has to be, because only Tom has the magic power to change things into leaves. Sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier. Tom Nook has magic powers. He can transform leaves into anything he desires. Tom Nook is a tanuki, a Japanese raccoon dog. Remember earlier when I called him a raccoon? Did that bother you? That was a nerd trap. I tricked you. I weaved a web of lies so devilish that you couldn't help but bluster into in your ignorance. According to folklore, there's a type of yokai, sort of a mixture between a ghost and a demon, called a bake tanuki. A tanuki that has the power to shapeshift using leaves. You'll notice that each item in Animal Crossing turns into a leaf when picked up. But not just any leaf. A leaf with a distinctive bite taken out of it. The very same as the logo of Tom Nook's company, Nook Incorporated. Incidentally, bake tanuki also have enormous testicles, so, Tom Nook is packing some serious clackers down there. All of this suggests that Tom is the one putting furniture in trees at night, despite his claims of ignorance. It's all trickery, designed to keep you entergaged with life on his island. So, perhaps then, Tom Nook is some sort of cult leader. It all seems to make sense. He's the charismatic leader of the community. Everyone within that community is coerced with fear of ostracization into giving over huge sums of money. Everyone on the island does free work for him through sheer force of charisma. But, as much as that would be convenient for my argument, come on, he's not really. He doesn't preach any dogma, and he doesn't really seem all that interested in making people worship him. He's just kind of lazy and kind of greedy. So what the F? What's with this guy? I can't get a beat on him. What's his deal? How can I contextualize him? How am I going to make it look like Tom Nook is a bad capitalist so that I can put this video on YouTube? Thing is, Tom Nook is a satirical character. He's supposed to be this hyper-capitalist money grubber, but in every conceivable way, he's better than his real-life counterparts. He doesn't charge interest or set payback schedules on his loans, making them way bigger risks to him personally. He runs the entire town economy under his centralized control, but doesn't seem all that interested in taking advantage of that for his personal gain, going so far as to literally buy whatever trash you have on hand just to keep you afloat. He has seemingly godlike powers, but doesn't even mention it to you. And he doesn't want you to know the great lengths he goes to just to give you something to do in the morning. So yeah, I guess Tom Nook is a good capitalist, in a way that real-life capitalists can't be. But he's also a fictional character made by real-life bad capitalists. Look, I love Nintendo. I hate corporations, but if there's one I find difficult to hate, it's Nintendo. I know all about their shitty business practices. I know about the mountain of exploitation that keeps their industry running. I know that I couldn't even own a Nintendo Switch to play Animal Crossing without some slave somewhere in a poorer country digging out rare earth minerals. I know all of that. But I still find it difficult to internalize. You gotta understand, I've been indoctrinated by this particular company for my entire life. I was born the year Super Mario Bros. Came out, and most of my fondest childhood memories were directly related to Nintendo in some way. If you slap Mario on a product, literally any product, it increases my odds of buying it by like 20%. It can be difficult to recognize that my love for these games, these characters, these properties, was instilled in me to make a buck. That's the strange contradiction of art under capitalism. It can never be made as pure expression. It always has to become commodified. Because how else is an artist going to eat? Don't forget to visit patreon.com/thoughtslime. But in Nintendo's case, It isn't the artists doing the commodifying. Everything I like about Animal Crossing, the art design, the music, the gameplay, all of that was done by artists. And then handed over to Nintendo, the corporate body that owns that art and can do whatever they want with it forever. Nintendo's games aren't fun because Nintendo wants you to have fun. It's because fun games sell better than games that aren't fun. Fun games inspire more fan engagement, sell more toys, and make you wait eagerly for your fave to be introduced into Smash Brothers, so you'll pre-order immediately. Who knows what kind of artistic choices these people might have made if they didn't have to answer to the demands of shareholders. If they didn't have to worry about paying their bills because if people didn't fork over cash for their art, they might not be able to eat that week. Maybe then we'd see a Tom Nook who behaved a little differently. A Tom Nook who was more unscrupulous, like the character was in earlier games, pressing the player into indentured servitude and constantly berating them for not working hard enough to pay off the debt he imposed on them through trickery. Maybe you wouldn't be allowed to go fishing or catch bugs or decorate your house until you finished your shift at Nook's Cranny, and by then you'd be too tired. A Tom Nook who nickeled and dimed you out of every cent you had, because what the hell are you going to do about it? Well, you already know a Tom Nook like that. Your boss, or your boss's boss, or your boss's boss's boss. The truth is, Animal Crossing can't be a life simulator, because if it simulated your life, if it simulated the material reality of just going about your day under capitalism, why the hell would you play it? Now, I know I said in an earlier video about Minecraft that under the right conditions, living under capitalism would make for a very fun game. But in Animal Crossing, Tom Nook already owns everything. You're not setting out on equal footing and competing with him in an open and free market, just like you're not doing that now with, say, Goldman Sachs. If Animal Crossing played like real-life capitalism, you'd be booting up a game that you lost before you even started playing. So yeah, Nintendo softened him up, made him a likable character. Otherwise, this game would be like going to work and paying them to do it. Hello and welcome to the Eyeball Zone. Here in the Eyeball Zone, we enmesh the flesh of small leftist content creators with our own, merging into one mockery of God's creation. Do you like anti-capitalist rants that use video games as metaphors? Don't lie to me. Yes, you do. You're watching this one. Do you like surrealist horror? Don't lie to me. You're watching the Eyeball Zone. Of course you do. Check out LaborKyle, who, in collaboration with Horror Vangaurd and the Lit Crit guy, made this video, Outlast and the Capitalist Death Cult. That counts as 3 eyeballings. I'm counting it. You can't stop me. In this video, LaborKyle takes a group of ghoulish cultists trying to sacrifice you for their own benefit and compares it to the video game Outlast 2. He also does all sorts of creepy Jacob's Ladder shit, if that's your thing. That's my thing, so I liked it. Links in the description below. If you'd like to submit your project for the Eyeball Zone, and God help you if you do, then please follow the instructions I've listed in the description. Thanks for watching this video about Tom Nook, the evil raccoon man from Animal Crossing. A lot of people asked me to do this one. It's fun. It's fun to make a video about Animal Crossing. Leave me alone. If you liked the video, guess what? Here's a little trick you can do, and you can do this on any YouTube video, but I'd prefer you just do it on mine. And nobody else's. You can press that like button. That lets YouTube know you liked it, and that's good for me. I'd like it if you did that. And also, you can subscribe to get more videos like this delivered to you each week. I put out a new video every Friday. That's me. I'm Thought Slime. You can also visit patreon.com/ThoughtSlime if you want to give me money. There is no pressure on you to do that whatsoever. It's tough times financially for everybody in the world, so I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me. I'm compelled to mention it in every video. You can also check out more of my videos at youtube.com/ScaredyCatsTV, where I talk about horror movies. Just did one about Ghostbusters that was pretty fun. And every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I stream at twitch.tv/ThoughtSlime. Sometimes I play Animal Crossing, and you can see me building up my little town there. Sometimes I make fun of Tim Pool with the Surfs. I do lots of things on twitch.tv, and you can watch all of them there.